Hi, welcome to the Train Shop Weekly. This is Volume 1, Episode 25.
25. Wow.
Isn't that the silver anniversary?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, silver anniversary. I'm Bill Henning. This is my brother Harry Henning III. And over here is Walt.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys.
Wake up.
I'm sorry reading about my Reading.
Saw an interesting article, I guess.
Yes, an abandoned line that was very short on the Reading. Very interesting about it. Sorry.
So what was it about?
It was about this is one of the new magazines that just came in, Flags, Diamonds, and Salute. It's about Statues, I'm sorry. The Plymouth branch of the Reading Company. It ran between North Penn, the Bethlehem line, and what they call the Norristown line, or the main line.
Oh, you mean Stony Creek branches? We know it.
No, not Stony Creek. This is the one that. This is the one that ran down. Let's see, what was it between blah 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 blah.
Well, you said Lansdale and
Norristown. No, I said Bethlehem branch and what do they call that one?
Well, thanks for joining us for our little podcast here we do each week. Just trying to talk about what's new, what came this week, find something interesting to talk about. I do know we have
We got a lot to cover.
We got a lot. Not really.
Not really. No.
But we do. I know we do have. We'll be visiting the club layout soon. We have another gentleman offered to show us his train layout. So, and we still got to make our get together with Gunrunner John and get some updates on him. Right now, this past weekend's been York. Unfortunately, we didn't make York since I think it's the first time.
Years.
Henning's hasn't been there since the late 60s, early 70s?
Yep.
Something like that.
I can remember going all these years.
So we've read reports throughout the weekend of how it went, and a lot of people got some really good deals, and they had a good show. Overall, it seemed like it was about 60-65% of what it normally is. Yep. So actually, it doesn't sound like it was too bad. I know we're looking forward to April, to spring, to getting back there. We'll jump back in with 2 feet. We're already anxious to go back. So I look forward to seeing everybody there, and I'm sure by then, hopefully, things will kind of recover a little bit, and a lot more people will be a lot more comfortable going to the shows and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So some people just weren't quite ready, but hopefully by spring it'll be one heck of a show out at York. So looking forward to that.
There's not a lot that are as high risk as some of us.
Yeah, you got you got to make your own decision. I mean I respect everybody went out there. I'm glad for them.
But our customers have stopped in to visit us and see us.
Yeah, we did, and we had a few people, as Walt was just talking about, who went out to York and kind of stopped here on their way back or so.
Yeah. One guy from North Jersey, a friend from Jersey High Rails, and he brought a friend of his from California.
Yeah.
Hey. So we got people from all over the country. I think it was Ivan here. He's probably one of the farthest people. Well, I've been working, come in and say is what they call.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's cool.
Nice seeing people.
And he said he started watching our webcasts. So
that's good.
Thanks for stopping in. Bought a well car.
Absolutely. Sorry I wasn't here.
We didn't miss you.
It's always great. That's one thing we like about York. I mean, what we do in sales at York, if all goes well, we kind of break even for the week. But it's more about meeting everybody.
And greet.
Yeah, it's all
we kind of treat it as a trade show more than anything. So if whatever we sell, we break even. Hey, we got a free weekend at York.
I enjoy always enjoy, and everybody knows I enjoy going out and meeting all the other dealers and talking with them, and actually doing interviews with them for our Facebook group that we run.
Yeah, when we go out there, you're a freaking social butterfly. I pretty much hibernate inside our little booth.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, he's all over the place. So I gotta
absolutely.
We gotta chain you down.
It's your time. Let us go walk around.
Yeah, let's walk around. I'm lucky if I get out of that orange hall when we're there. Throughout the weekend. But anyway, moving on. What new came in this week? You had some magazines.
Yeah, I got some. What do you call my Reading? What do you call Rail Fans and Railroad Chasing the Big Green?
Cool.
We got volume 22, number 3 of the Penn Central Post. classic toy trains.
That's a December Christmas edition.
Yep,
Yes, it is. I looked at
Railroad
that.
model craftsman, and for all you local folks,
They're back in after we ran out.
The Rail Pass magazine with the Lansdale local, I would call them, Pennsylvania Northeastern article in there. So we got some more in. So come and get them while they're still here. That's all magazines.
I'll take this one home with me to check it out. One new book came and I was looking forward to. You guys know how I am with my Amtrak and passenger
Well,
cars.
he couldn't get past his Amtrak. Like, come on, let's see.
The observation car book, volume 1.
Does it have the Reading cars in there?
No, it only goes to C, from A to C.
Okay.
So we
But
gotta
there
wait
was a
for it.
kind of really cool Amtrak car in there.
Yeah,
An
it was,
odd one.
It was an odd one. It was green and blue. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
C-A-G-Y, Columbus.
So now we got to paint one green and blue?
No.
That's what I was first saying. Hey, Billy, you gonna make that special one?
But it was kind of interesting, but yeah.
But that was his first words. No.
You got an American Freedom Train in here. You got an American Freedom
Oh,
Train.
yeah, absolutely.
So if you like observation cars or passenger cars, I think this is going to be a really good series. This is book number 1. So I got mine.
No, you don't. I took it.
No. What else?
No, it's got
Let's
Northern
do-
Pacific.
You have an
too.
N-gauge engine you like.
Yep.
I came in with
We
pretty cool.
got Broadway Limited, little NW Pennsylvania, NW2. Be very careful with that. With sound and DCC, so it's all ready to go. But very well detailed.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It must have.
One of the smaller they are, there seems like more detail, but
I know, it's like, what do you call it? I got that, came in. Then all you Halloween fans, the Witches Cauldron water supply water tower came in, so, you know.
the
Yeah,
Atlas, we had the Atlas O Halloween car.
yeah, they're
I mean,
gone.
They came and went already. And it was cool. It had like, orange lights going around.
And then the other thing is, I mean, we got a couple more of these in. This is something that we get in, they go out, but, you know.
And they have
Chris-
fit
Chris-
size hitches.
Yes, for both sizes. So, for all you train buffs out there, we got the coupler.
I have one of these. I'm on my second one right now.
I have one. I should put it in because I keep hitting hitting that trailer hitch is not always nice.
Yeah. I was at the high school and I was backing out at the same time one of a high school student backed real quick and backed out, bam, hit the back of my car. But the only thing they hit was this. They put a nice hole in their little Honda, but it squished my coupler, but it didn't hurt my truck. So actually I'm on my second one now. They are pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better than that the knee knocker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My knee knocker? Yes.
Hit it with your shins.
What else we got?
That's about it for
That's
mine.
about it for right now. For new right now.
Well,
No. Well, one of the things I want to talk about was I know like twice a year when the Lionel catalog comes out or MTH
Oh
or
my
one of the
gosh.
catalogs,
the
everybody
positive and negatives.
everybody kind of goes crazy over the pricing. Like, oh my God, look at the pricing, $1,500 for an engine. They're pricing everybody out of the hobby, you know, and you get all those sorts of comments. You know, it gets a little monotonous, but are annoying. You know, but it's the same as it was in the 1940s.
When these were made.
Right, and Lionel makes. MTH does the same thing with the Rail King Premier. Lionel has their traditional and their legacy. They have, all different levels.
Mm-hmm.
And, it seems like everybody right away goes to the expensive stuff, and so they're like expecting a legacy engine for the price of a Lion Chief engine. So I just want to kind of talk.
One of
talk
the things
about
I
that
brought was the catalogs. Okay, and here we have the Hudson, which is
Yeah,
equivalent
you just
to
knocked over. You just roughed up Conductor Duck.
Conductor Duck will get over, which is equivalent to the
To a Legacy
engine,
a
okay?
Legacy or a Vision line.
And this would be the Vision line of the day back in the 1930s. This one is from 39, so it'll give you a general idea. And we have the catalog. I posted it. Put Post-it notes, yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Nope, that's
Not
the
yet.
00 right here. That's this set there.
Okay, that's so. What about the
Yep.
engine itself?
The engine itself, they only sold as a kit.
All right, so the set, which gives you 4 cars.
Yep.
They sold for $97.50 in 1941, right?
Yep, and we do the calculation
So I got
on
my
that.
my handy dandy inflation calculator here. So if I punch in 97.50, 0.50, calculate. So that's $1,819.40.
Which is equivalent
So
to
if I-
today's prices
right,
of
so-
a Legacy.
Right, I have a Legacy engine. So what was these sold for? Around 1,400. You add a few freight cars to it. You're up to
Hey, what was
you're up to about 1,600, right?
what was
Actually, some of the sets that were out were 1,700, 1,800.
yeah,
Like
some-
my
yeah,
Pensy
see,
coal
yeah,
set.
Yeah, like the
I
steam
bought the M1A set with 4 coal cars and a caboose. And I paid $1,800 for that set, which would have been equivalent to the Hudson set. You know, for the time.
So all of us complainers that we're getting priced out of, we're not.
Not
Yeah.
you're paying
The
pretty
truth
much.
hurts sometimes.
Yeah, I know the truth hurts sometimes,
I always
but they come out close to what they were back in the 30s,
Mhm.
But
right
I-
after the Depression.
I always compare them to an automobile company like GM. They have different levels. Ford, Ford,
Yep.
Lincoln. You're not gonna buy. You're not gonna get a Lincoln for the price of a Ford per se.
I think
Chrysler had Plymouth, Dodge, and Chrysler. That was like the 3 different levels.
Yes, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth,
Right. They had the 3 different
which
levels.
made up Mopar.
Lionel has different as your Legacy, and this is a Lion Chief. That's a Lion Chief set, an engine. I mean, so you're getting a nice engine with the remote,
Which came with the set.
which has it's a die-cast body, has your whistle, your bell,
A little
has
bit of talk.
crew talk, forward and reverse. Smoke has a headlight. I'm not sure what it retails for, about $249, but they sell for $197. So for $200, you got an engine, a nice new engine, or you spend $1,400 and get your Cadillac of engines.
Now,
I would not know
this-
anything about that.
this set here was around $18 to $19 for the set back in 1941.
That was like $13.50, I think.
Man,
I have it right
just
here.
dig all them engines. They were still $13.50.
Yeah, here it is. $13.50 was for that set.
But if you add the whistle to it
Yeah, here it
for
is.
sound,
$13.50. With whistle, it was $17.25. Okay, so
it
let's
was
say
extra for the whistle.
okay, so let's take $17.25. Let's see, $17.25. So it's $326 for a basic
That
set.
set.
That was a complete set, right?
Yep.
It gave you the engine, a tender, 3 cars, 2 freight cars and a caboose. I assume it gave you a track and power pack.
Yep.
So it gave you all. So that's equivalent to $326 today.
Today. Yep.
Now let's take a comparison set. Grab that keystone.
Oh man, they gotta make me get up.
Yeah.
I was comfortable. All right, yeah.
So let's
Well, we
take-
want people to know the difference
I
in these
know.
sets from the ages.
so this is a nowadays.
And
Got
what's
an
that
engine.
set list for?
It retails for $299. And, typically sells for like $250.
Yeah,
Gives you an engine, your tender, 2 freight cars and a caboose.
And
Hey,
sound.
you have it's a lighted flat car.
Oh, and it has a lighted flat car.
Yes, the lighted,
And it
the
has
searchlight flat car.
Sound.
It has your whistle, your bell, has crew talk,
Yep.
smoke, has your smoke, have your headlight.
And that has track and transformer as well, right?
Track and transformer, the
Yep.
whole thing. So, it retails for $299. This, at the time, comparison retailed for essentially $326, which was $17.50 in 1941.
Yeah, it was what you were.
So in
you look at what
reality-wise-
you were making per hour, per week.
So in reality-wise, price is basically the same, right?
Yep, pretty
That's,
much.
I think pretty safe to say.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Now, the other thing we got to compare is apples to oranges. You've got your Cadillacs, and you've got your, smaller Chevrolet versus the Caddy, or your Plymouth versus Chrysler, whatever you want to consider.
Let's open this up and actually take a good look at what a basic starter set is.
Hey, let's play with that one.
Let's play with that one a little bit. I think that's typically like our most popular seller here, especially during the holidays. Why? Because it's Pennsylvania. Even though it's a holidays, people tend to try to stay away from the holiday theme.
Because a lot of times they run it longer than the holiday.
Okay. I usually tell them, well, get like get the Christmas boxcar. Lionel does their
Add-on. Yep.
annual boxcar every year.
Yeah, that's about the same size as the original set box from the 30s.
Comes with a little wall unit.
Power supply.
There's your power supply. I mean, it's just a basic power supply.
Also comes with a little bit of smoke fluid and spare traction tires. Your remote.
I'll put some batteries in it.
Load us up.
There's your engine. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
That'll be here before we know it.
Let's get the utility knife. Everything's taped. They like their tape.
And your paraphernalia here. You can join the Lionel Collectors Club of America.
And it comes with an engineer and fireman.
We got a little mini catalog. Well, could use some of these little catalogs as giveaways, Tell Lionel we need a handful of these. It's a nice little catalog. Got your instruction booklet.
Found batteries. That was the hard part.
Got a whole bunch of them out there.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally stocked up on them? Well, Pennsylvania boxcar.
It's our searchlight car.
Oh, we got power. We ran one of these around the layout for a long time here.
And you got your Northeastern style caboose.
And it's a lighted caboose.
Oh yeah.
Got interior lighting.
And your track.
You got an oval track.
I don't think we need to pull that out, do we?
Alright, let's
Yeah.
Let's give them a full view.
That's fine.
you got your full oval.
Oh, power and accessories.
Right, see, so this is kind of what I wanted to mention. But
Show the difference between the power. If you ever get it open,
we're down. Yeah, so you got basically 4 pieces of straight track, which makes an oval from outside dimension, 40 inches by like
60, 40 by 60.
40 by 60. So it'll be 5 feet by 4.5 feet. But there's 2 pieces of track. This one's for your power pack. Power pack plugs right in there, which is pretty simple. Now you got to keep in mind these are designed for a kid or an adult or something
Under the
Christmas tree. Just a starter set the first time user. So I mean, it is as simple as it gets. Plug this into the wall, plug that in there, and then this is, as you were talking the other week about the plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
So this is they give you one accessory track. So if you got a house with lights or something.
Gosh, that in there nice and tight.
Or you can buy it. They have a splitter where you can plug 3 into it. So
yeah.
Because it all goes along with the new.
You got to remember with this small transformer, you don't want to overload
but
accessory.
Everything with the fast tracks goes what goes along with the new Lionel plug and play.
It does give you a little bottle of smoke fluid, which doesn't last very long. Well, it lasts for a while if you're just doing Christmas, but
you need a new blade on that knife.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty lame.
Yeah, so it's just a little bottle.
I could just put a new blade in.
I would recommend you get a new bottle. Of course, if you get a new bottle, you should get like hot chocolate or Christmas pine. Going around the Christmas tree. Another spare traction tire. Say that. So now let's throw it on the track.
Throw it on the track and run it.
I can kind of show you how it sounds. Like I say, can't beat it for that. I think good bang for the buck.
Got the cars on. We'll get the engine on now. You should put the engine on. Make sure you press this tether together firmly. Turn your radio on. Without any power, you'll watch this. We'll start to blink. Got our whistle. Bell on.
Throw a little smoke fluid in there.
All right, Bentley, let's roll.
Couple drops of fluid. All right. Bring her out. Roll. Yeah.
Now we're moving. Roll on, Pennsylvania. Now we're moving. Roll on, Pennsylvania.
All right, so that it's a fun set. It's a basic set. I think it has all the basic things you need.
I mean, yeah, all the bells and
It's a
whistles
good
for the
little set.
for the modern child today. What do you call it? They also all come Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because you can
Even for an adult just getting into the hobby too.
Lionel has the free app, which you can download on an iPad like this or your smartphone. I know we all have it here because we're always showing.
Oh yeah, we're
showing
always
customers.
showing customers.
Yeah, how the Bluetooth works on their smartphone.
Or the camera app.
You can for this set you can also use a universal remote for any of the Lion Chief engines.
It's simple to program in.
Yeah, these are nice because you can
Hold
Yeah,
button
yeah.
and
hold three
engines.
different engines on there.
Yep.
So if you want to run multiple engines, and
Yeah, that's a pretty neat setup. Anything else about this? Like I say,
Why don't we get into some of the other sets?
it does blow like perfect smoke rings though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
got
everyone thinks
great
that does
smoke rings.
Does perfect smoke
Oh.
rings.
Well, the other thing is there's also high-end
what do you
sets,
call-
and we need to
and-
discuss a little bit more about that as well.
And two, one of the other things, like a lot of people come in here, like older grandparents getting their grandchild their first train, or where they want to mesh the two together. that's one thing I mean, you can't say this enough is, especially if you're newer coming in there, you can't mesh. Really can't. You gotta watch meshing the old stuff with the new stuff, because the new stuff with the electronics and the Bluetooth and all run on a full throttle capability.
Oh yeah.
Versus where Grandpa
The conventional control.
Conventional control, and they're not circuit breakers, so
Well, they're not circuit breaker
they don't have
protected.
they're not circuit breaker protection, so you got to watch your electronics.
Usually, what often happens is somebody gets a train set for the kid, and then Grandpa or
Pulls
uncle
out the old stuff.
pulls out the old stuff, you know, and I usually tell them, hey, the freight cars are all compatible, no
Yep.
problem. You know, if he brings up his train sets, put the freight cars on it. Just at the engine, there's a little bit more to it. Yeah, you kind of try to explain it to them in simple terms.
You need the electronic protection to keep
You
from
know,
having a voltage
what do you
spike.
call? A lot of times I'll tell them for $8 we'll sell you a little circuit breaker that you put in there, and then you can still use your train.
That helps, but it doesn't prevent completely.
That's true. But
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps, but it doesn't completely prevent it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great set. Now we need to do is talk about some of the higher end sets that Lionel
Yeah, kinda like
also
in the,
introduces, like back in the 30s.
back in the 30s, or where's that catalog?
Here's 1941 catalog.
So we're talking about the sets. Yeah, we had the starter set we saw was compatible, but they also have the more expensive train sets.
And I brought two of an intermediate set and an expensive older set to show tonight as well.
So like today's Lionel has different levels.
So let's do a comparison on some of these newer
all right,
sets.
gentlemen. Give me a minute. I'm trying.
Yeah, we gotta make some room here.
Give me a
Let's get this Pensy set here. We'll pull this out. I'll get this out of the way. Hey, look at that. It all comes right along with the couple.
Alright, here's one kind of.
Okay, this is kind of the an
Intermediate set.
This is a Lion Chief 2.2 Lion Chief plus 2.0. So this is kind of like the medium to high end, I guess.
And this is just a set.
It's not like a medium grade set.
Yeah.
Okay, this comes with the
Comes with the nickel plate
nickel plate
Berkshire freight set. Walking brakeman box car, mechanical reefer, gondola with coil wheels, and a bay window caboose. So this actually has 3 cars. And
One of the drawbacks with this packaging is it doesn't have a picture really.
Yeah.
They don't have pictures of what it looks like, so it's kind of hard to display. I know in the store here it's hard to display. We end up usually printing a
Printing
picture.
a tag up, yeah, off the catalog.
Yeah.
Wonder I get what do you call? Wonder if they have the little things that show if he comes with the little things to knock the guy over. Or doesn't he get knocked over with the?
The Telltales.
Yeah.
But it is a neat little
So this
little
is,
set. It's an intermediate set.
and then
No.
then you can have a higher end
which-
set with the legacy engine.
This is
It sells for $719.
Yeah.
All right.
Now the legacy set, which would be the top of the line
Well, we don't have a
set.
We don't have a steam engine legacy set right now.
No, but even having a diesel set.
This is
This one's been very tempting to me through the time that it's been here.
Okay, it's a Pennsylvania Trainmaster set.
Yep.
Which that gives you several cars, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
this
think
actually it does come with track.
that one does have track with it.
Yes. It comes with product. Oh, wait a minute.
No, it shouldn't have track.
Minimum curve. I'm sorry.
It says
I am
minimum
wrong.
curve.
So it shouldn't have track with it.
Yeah, set includes the Legacy Trainmaster locomotive, a Vision stock car.
Ah, so it's got the sound stock car.
Yes, it does. It has a Sherman tank with 2 removable tanks, hopper car with removable coal load, a box car with opening doors, and then a lighted caboose with interior and marker lights.
That's a pretty good
It
set.
runs Bluetooth, Legacy remote. It will also run the old-fashioned conventional as well.
So what's that sell for?
Now you're asking a lot. This guy sells for $809.
That's
Our price.
that for a set, okay?
So
Compared
probably
to,
closer to 900 retail, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
850, 900, somewhere.
and that's not a steam set. I mean, we looked in the catalog at some of the steam engine sets that were out, which are a little more.
Yeah.
Which that would have been more comparable to this type of set back in the 1939, and that would have been a freight set, which had the steam engine. Pull some of these cars out here. The only thing I'm missing for this set is the actual coal car.
So the Hiawatha freight train set.
Yeah, we'll Google that up and let's see what
I
the.
sold for what, $35?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so that was $35. And what year is that? 39?
This is 39.
1939.
So equivalent to today's prices would have been.
$35. $690.
$690 today is what it would have cost you, basically the difference between the two. So it's a slightly cheaper set than that set, but still. But then we get the Hudson set.
Yeah, well, how much was the Hudson set?
The Hudson set, look in the freight set from here. Let me move this out of the way. You guys you get to see the actual Hiawatha freight set, which is an all original set we had, to the Hudson set. Now the Hudson set, you would have got your steam engine. You got scale coal car with scale couplers on it. You got the scale box car.
So this
One
is like
scale tank car.
It's like your Vision.
Top of the line Vision line
your
set,
Vision line
yes.
set?
And then one New York Central caboose to go with it. And this was the top of the line set. Back in the day, it sold for $97.50 for the set. Okay, it did not come with track, did not come with transformer. It was just the engine and the cars for the set.
So $97.50
$97.50
with a built-in whistle.
with the whistle, and like I said, you had to buy track and transformer separate for these sets.
Okay, and that's the $1,890.
$1,890
Okay, how
would
many
be today's
how many
price.
cars?
That's four
Cars,
3
four-
freights and one.
Okay, I just looked up and that's I got the one with the GS4 locomotive.
That'd be a comparable set.
Okay,
That's a Vision line.
Vision line.
What'd that sell
It
for?
comes with Vision
Is that retail
stock
for?
car, Vision reefer,
What's the
So
price on that?
2 sound cars, and a cupola cam.
Ooh, it comes with a camera too.
So this is-
Camera as well, huh?
Yes, this is a pretty well. What do you call that? Lists at roughly $2,500.
So it's still,
That's the caboose is kind of the same, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like the same style.
Same
it's the same
style.
caboose.
yep.
I was trying to look for a comparable steam.
Yeah. Granted,
Yeah.
this has a camera and a couple sound cards, so it does have some extra
And
stuff.
that one has that's like the buku of the steam engines with all the bells.
So if you took the sound cars and put regular cars and
Took
regular,
out the cupola
Right.
cam.
yeah, so that would knock a few $100 off.
I'd
of it.
knock
And that would be pretty,
I would
It'd
knock.
be pretty comparable in price.
Yeah, that probably. What were you saying? That was
1,800 if it was-
if you put all regular cars in here and took, because the sound cars are almost $200 a pop.
yeah, it's like an extra
Yeah.
$100.
You know, so you're looking at, say that's
The cupola cam's
like $600.
$179.
So you're saying you're probably around another $5. You take $500 off of it, $600.
Interesting.
You're very close in the price.
Yeah.
So the prices really haven't changed a whole hell of a lot.
But the the fun stuff got better.
Yeah, the fun got better. The details better. The sounds definitely
You know,
better.
I can't complain for this for the detail. I mean,
For that,
you look at these cars with these scale couplers and stuff for back in 1939. That's amazing. And it's amazing. What really puzzles me at times, if we didn't go to war for World War II, would this have been what we have?
would this be the standard setup?
Would this be the standard setup with these couplers? And
That is a good question.
I've always asked that question to myself because they were leaning more towards scale just before the war.
Did they never did two rail, did they?
No, they did an outside third rail pickup, which I have that for this engine.
Yeah, I couldn't see that one really flying to it, but I was always surprised at something they never did like a.
But it wasn't a
separate
possibility, Guys had converted them over to two rail. It wasn't hard to do.
It's kind of I wonder if Lionel would have went to two rail and got rid of the third rail.
We don't know.
Yeah,
But I mean, you look at
these.
these couplers. These couplers are fully. They work. They literally work.
They also had like scale wheels.
Yeah.
Didn't they have the T-rail?
They
track?
had T-rail back in those days, which is like the Atlas rail we run
Where it's
today.
flat on top.
Yeah, it's like the Atlas rail. It's pretty much the same as Atlas. The only difference between the T-rail is the Atlas actually has the nice ties under it. Same size rail. They're same height and everything else. They bolted together, like real railroad did back then. But
Because you get some of that stuff like what do you call? They actually really try to make it really like.
well, I mean, this is another, for instance. This one we just acquired for the collection, but this is scale. This is a scale. The Hiawathas were built to be a scale engine, and Lionel did that with quite a few pieces. So I mean, there's a lot of interesting things there. This one doesn't have scale trucks or anything like that, but this is the direction they were headed when they went towards the Hudson, which the Hudson was a later product after the M1000, which was a scale. I mean, you look at that M1000, that's a really cool piece.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, that's a really good question. Where were they
Oh yeah, look at the different.
then if it weren't for the war?
Oh, yeah. But the couplers on it, I just think of where we could have been, or where we might be. We don't know.
Look at that. Oh yeah, check that out. It's got the little lift.
Oh yeah, the little chain pull on it and everything.
The little lift bar.
But
And yeah, you kind of you really look at it. The wheels are much more scale. The pickup is in the
it
middle.
makes you question that if we didn't go to war,
What direction?
would we be in this direction?
Yeah,
I mean, guys put KD couplers on today, and that's no more than what these are, the same size as a KD coupler. KD couplers hooked to these, no problem.
well, what do you call it? But these actually had a little lift.
Oh, they lift up and open and everything. I mean, they're amazing.
Do you have anyone with that?
Bill will have to get some close-ups of some of these cars to really
Does
appreciate the detail.
Anything have an actual lift bar on them, or?
Yeah.
Well, the steam engine does in the front with the chain.
Actually, it's interesting to do when they do in the middle.
Yeah, that's got.
Oh,
To
yeah.
connect a tender to the engine, it has a lift bar and a
Yep.
double
Double drawbar,
bar.
like a real engine.
Yeah.
This coupler's kind of like.
No, I have it bolted down, so it's not lifting. If you look, the rod goes through and it locks it in
Ah.
place. Then you unscrew that, you put the bolt through just like a real steam engine. They laid the coupler down on the real steam engine, okay? And there's a bolt through here that held the coupler down so it didn't bounce along the rail. Then when they went to run or pull something, they would actually pull this bolt out, lift the coupler up, slide the pin in. Okay, and it was a two-man project to do it.
It's pretty impressive.
But it's impressive the
the
detail.
extra detail, the extra piping, how much valve.
But you look at a
gear, stuff in there.
773 or a 763, it's the same engine for a 763, less the detail, the extra detail. So you bought a cheaper engine, at the time you could buy the same engine but cheaper detail in
1939 Vision Line.
it. Basically.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the pictures,
Look at the side, look at all the deep side rods on there.
but some of the detail, and you could buy that as a kit as well.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That what I thought was impressive.
Were you talking about that the other week? Or
Yeah.
Were we talking about that to somebody else that was in here had one?
Yeah, you could
That's
buy.
right. That's right. The other day.
I did one for a customer.
Yeah, he was saying that we were talking about it. 'Cause
He had a 763 I built up for him.
Yeah, he had one that didn't have all the detail.
Exactly, and then I brought mine here to show him the
Yeah.
difference in the detail between a 700 and 763.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I see the little pin in there.
Yeah.
This definitely was run. It's got a groove in the roller.
I put a lot of time into that. It took me quite a few years to accumulate what I've got.
The only thing it doesn't have is smoke. When did the smoke come out? That's good.
Right after the war. A lot of it was like right between 44, 45. Now this one, this is, like I said, this is the scale Hudson. I'm in the midst right now. I've got half of the switcher done because I'm doing actually the scale switcher as well. And that ran the same freight cars as well with the...
Or at least, yeah, you kind of do
With the
kinda
Hudson.
Square.
Did.
The tank cars always look at us.
Didn't the first smoke unit have the smoke bulb?
Yeah, it had a bulb in it.
With a dimple.
That was...
And you put your couple. What did you put? That was.
It was on the turbine engine.
You put your pill in there.
Yep, you
Pill
put the
sat
pill
on the
in.
dimple in the bulb, and because it was a pretty good sized bulb.
We'll have to bring one of those out and we'll show one of those down the road here. The caboose, we'll put that back with the set. No.
Quite
You guys wanted us to pull some of the old stuff out and,
Yeah, it is
you
kind
know, let's just get a look at that. So we brought some old stuff out.
That is a what do you call, good question. What?
Where would we be?
Where would we be?
But we got to compare today the prices between apples and oranges, the past and the present, okay? And I think that's a good thing for everybody to know, you know, what's what in comparisons.
Don't expect to get a legacy engine for the price of a Lion Chief.
Exactly.
It is. It's just like a car.
Or
different
a
level.
Hudson for the price of a 773 or
Right.
the 2024. I mean, this was the smaller set for the day, like we were saying.
This was your Pennsylvania Keystone.
But you can
set.
also compare scale to semi-scale.
Yeah, yeah. Put this up against, you know.
Right. That's like comparing these two guys. Right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Pairing.
That's like comparing these guys.
Yep. Exactly. Because you have one scale and one semi-scale.
So in reality, it's been 67, 80 years between the two, and look how similar it is. We detail-wise, comparing it is similar.
Yep.
We pretty much verified that pricing-wise,
It's
pretty
much
close.
it's pretty right on, you know.
So
You know, but this was top of the line. Didn't really have too much sound or anything. Now you're into
you had a whistle.
you know, but you're in the modern era. You have talk. You got chuff. You got smoke. You
Oh, you got
whistle.
everything.
You got cylinders, you got the
which
cylinder
one,
noise,
yeah.
squeaking of the frame creaking.
The
Yep.
only thing we don't have is scale little couplers.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
have
that's the only thing that we're.
Yes, that is kind of surprising that they never.
And what do you call it? It's like I'm just saying, HO has. They are just a little, I think a little bit bigger, but automatic couplers
Yeah.
for the engines.
I think it's neat comparison.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this might explain, you know, some of the guys, they were back in the 60s, they bought stuff in the 60s and 70s, but they also worked back in the 60s and 70s, but they're not looking back to say, well, I bought this for $75 back then. Well, yeah, but what were you making back then?
But you got two. One, you know, you had like the roaring 20s where people had the spendable cash, you know. Then you hit the depression. Then coming
This
out
was
of the,
after the
then
depression.
you're coming out of the depression, starting to what do you call it?
Yep.
Then the war came.
Exactly.
Then after you had all these men coming back from the war had a lot of spendable cash.
Well, you had the same thing in the 70s.
You know.
All right, interesting. I think think that was a good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
No trips or anything this week, or
yeah. Today, whatever. I'll share what
Next
I did
week.
today next week.
okay.
I know. I'm working on the. Well, you took a couple pictures. Working on refreshing the mural outside.
I'm working on freshening up the front of the building.
Walt's been working on the front of the building, giving it a new paint job. He did some repair work. We had some window sills rotting out.
Yeah, a bunch of rotted wood. Yeah, over the years.
Yeah, it needed some TLC.
So we're trying to fix up
I
the.
painted as Harry would say, a nice red and green out there. I'm trying to get Bill to let me paint the walls yellow, but he won't let me.
Yeah, that's what.
I think we need some yellow trim lines around there.
But I did say something to Pop. You're going to have to redo the sign that says Henning Trains now. I think it should be painted in blue, and you need to. We'll get
The redding blue.
The red and blue, like Lansdale. What do you call it? But we need a Pembroke sign and a Lansdale sign.
Nah,
Well,
just one sign.
Nah, just the one.
Just
Even though we have both of the originals.
I think what do you call?
So yeah, so we're getting the front of the building, the exterior fixed up for the holiday season coming up. Pretty soon we'll be setting up the Christmas tree inside here and getting the Christmas
The outside
decorations and
layout
stuff.
back together.
Before you know, Santa Claus will be arriving. So
Yeah, it's like
it's fun during the holidays here. We have a good time. So
That's okay.
all right. That's what we got this week. Next week I want to share. I had a question a while ago in my mind. Lionel obviously is big and popular, but Legos. What would happen if Lego and Lionel collaborated to do something?
You mean if they got crushed together?
Yeah. So yeah. But what would they actually create if Lionel and Lego worked together, collaborated to come out with something? So I kind of tackled that project. So I'll share that next week. My Lionel, my Lego.
you
Lionel.
gotta get to some of them shows, man. That guy Lego people.
Them Lego guys got a
Oh my
lot
goodness.
going
I
on.
mean, I've seen where.
The one outfit makes a T1.
Yes, yeah, I'm
I
trying to
know
think.
it's like $2,500 or something like that, but they make a Lego T1.
What show was the Lego people at?
Lego
Yeah.
Masters?
Was it at Oaks?
Yeah, they do Oaks every year. They have a brick show over there, and I know there's one big Lego train club that meets over there.
Oh yeah, it's like huge.
But they're all Lego track.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Lego track. Mine runs on Lionel track.
But yeah, that's what do you call 'em? What did I just?
But there's a big following of Lego train.
Yeah, there's
Clubs.
some Greenberg show coming up. I think Edison's coming up soon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Allentown's coming
Allentown.
up.
Temple's up.
Buy your tickets here. Get your tickets.
Yeah. I think there's one down in Timonium too, down in Maryland, Greenberg. Might have to take a trip down there.
Well, sounds good.
Well, I
I
think
still
we
like to go
call
up to
it,
Edison and see Raritan's layout.
I think we call it a night.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now.
All right, guys. Thank you for visiting. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.